Mm, come closer, dear. I've been sitting in this chair a long time, long enough that some things slip away. Names, faces, but the stories I remember. This one is about a young man named Farhan. Farhan lived alone, paid his bills, kept to himself. He liked the quiet. He thought the quiet liked him back. Poor dear. It was an ordinary Tuesday when Farhan came home. Keys in hand, shoes still on. The hallway was dark. That was normal. What wasn't normal was the sound, soft, low, coming from the guest room nobody used, the room that was always cold, always shut, always empty. Farhan was not the type to spook easily. He needed to know, so he walked toward it, down that long, dark hallway, the shadows pooling wrong in the corners. He pressed his palm flat against the door. It was warm. He didn't own a lamp for that room, and yet light bled soft and amber through the gap beneath the door. The deadbolt was unlocked. He always locked it. He stood there a long time. Then he reached for the knob. The door swung open. On the bare mattress lay a shape, dark, human, arms loose, legs stretched long, like a figure sleeping, but the room was empty. Nothing there to cast such a shadow. Farhan stared, and the shadow turned its head, slow, deliberate. The darkness deepened where a face would be. It had seen him. He couldn't move. Cold sweat soaked through his shirt. His eyes were open so wide they ached. His mouth was open. He did not know what to do. There are things the reasonable mind can explain away, and things it cannot. A shadow with no source that turns to look at you. That is not something you explain away. He ran. He threw himself behind the nearest door and pressed his back to the wall and tried to disappear. Through the gap he watched the hallway. The guest room door swung open, and the shadow filled the frame. Tall, still, patient, the way something stands when it has been waiting a very long time and is done waiting. A floorboard creaked closer than before. It didn't rush. It didn't call out. It simply stood there in the doorway, backlit by that impossible amber lamp, and looked down the length of the hallway. Toward him, Farhan stopped breathing. He found the old table in the hallway, heavy, low. He crawled beneath it, made himself small, and didn't move. He pulled out his phone with trembling hands. 12:17 a.m. He had come home at 11, an hour and 17 minutes. Gone, swallowed by whatever lived in this house. How many nights had he slept here while something lay in the dark down the hall? How long had it been there? He mustered what courage he had left and looked out from under the table. The scratch marks stopped him cold. Long, deep gouges in the plaster, starting at the floor, running all the way up the wall, down the hallway, past the guest room, past where he hid, all the way to his bedroom door. 3 years he had lived here. 3 years he did not think. He simply moved. He launched himself from under the table and hit the hallway at a full sprint. He could feel it behind him, that cold weight of presence, but he ran faster than he ever had in his life. Every door in the hallway flew open at once, slamming against their frames, as if the house itself had exhaled, as if something had decided to stop pretending. Farhan screamed and kept running. He hit the front door. It opened. Night air, cold, real, the grass wet beneath his bare feet. He ran until his legs gave out at the edge of the yard. Then he turned. The dark figures stood at the boundary of the light, still, watching. They hadn't been chasing him. They had been hurting him. Every window of his house was full. Silhouettes pressed against the glass, 3 and 4 deep, staring out from every room. His house was full of them. It had always been full of them. Farhan stood in the yard at 12:17 in the morning and understood he was never going back inside. He looked down at his phone one last time. 12:17 a.m. And somewhere behind those windows in the amber dark of the guest room, something lay back down on the bed and waited. And that, dear, is where we leave him, out in the cold, under the moon, free, or as free as a man can be when he knows what is waiting in the dark. I'll be right here when you come back, in my chair, where I always am.